Your masking?
Yeah, so since well, I guess in remembrance of Breonna Taylor and the injustice another black African American is being dealt with and family being dealt with in the hands of the police. I made this face mask this morning with her, and it says "Say her name." I even made a shirt, and it says "Say her name" here. Um, and it's sad that almost every weekend I'm making a new mask. I've made masks for George Floyd, Black Lives Matter, votes. It's never ending, and it never ends. And this is really a sad situation that we're in right now in America.
Yes, indeed. And we're certainly proud of all of the great work that you do in our community, Dr. Richmond. So we certainly appreciate you being our local podiatrist and foot specialist, but also being a community activist because you make sure that we're informed and educated. And we're excited today because it's Footsteps for Life, but you have a special guest in the studio with us.
Yes, I have Mr. Dion Cash here with me today. Actually, he is streaming live. What is your page you're streaming on?
It's actually on my page. It's Dion Cash page. Sometimes I stream on my Dayton High School sports page, but I wanted to have a little bit of a broader audience. So we decided to just go on. My page was Dion Cash, D-E-O-N, cash like money. You know what time it is.
Okay, so Dion, I've known Dion over the last few years, but actually, Dion invited me recently to do sponsor a volleyball tournament. Where was that volleyball tournament at?
It was at Setter's Volleyball Club, which is on Gateway Drive. I used to work there. Actually, I'm still affiliated, but I worked there for a long time. And, with sports being shut down with the COVID-19, I had done some previous tournaments with the volleyball, and we just wanted to be able to try to do something and give back in this time in which a lot of, not only sports, but just a lot of business, entertainment, a lot of things have been taken away from us.
Yes.
And high school kids, they don't get the red shirt or, they don't get another year of high school. You can't just sit out a year and then come back and play sports.
That's true. I hadn't thought of that.
So I think that we just decided to try to, what we're going to try to do is do a event for each sport that is represented in high school and just try to raise money for that. So we just wanted to start it off with the volleyball.
So how did you start? I was reading your, you had sent me an outline of your life here. And so you went to, where did you go to high school?
I went to Colonel White High School. Cougars! That's right.
And then you went to undergrad where?
I got a scholarship to go play at Western Nebraska for basketball.
And then you went pro. Where did you go pro?
Shout out to my coach, Billy Staten. Coach Staten at Colonel White, he helped me get the opportunity to go play at Western Nebraska. I got a scholarship with the University of Idaho for a year. Just didn't really work out. And then I finished up at Cumberland University down in Tennessee.
And then you said you went pro overseas. Where'd you go?
Well, I got a chance to go play ball overseas. I went to Germany.
Yes.
I got to go to Holland.
Deutsch?
Yes, sprechen Sie Deutsch, ein bisschen.
I was stationed in Wiesbaden with my dad when I was little, so I speak a little bit of German.
It's not a pretty language to talk, but
we're gonna test you. Say hello.
All I can say is Ich bin Tanisha, Auf Wiedersehen, which is goodbye, and Guten Morgen, which is good morning. And Sprechen Sie Deutsch. You speak German.
Yeah, not bad. Good. They say everything twice. Good.
Yeah.
No. But before I even went over there, I was teaching though. I was gym teacher.
Okay.
It was cool, but I knew I still had the love to play the game. I had not hurt my senior year. So I waited, got the opportunity, played over there for 4 years. It was great. And then I thought I was good enough to play in the NBA. And I wasn't.
Okay.
But it was still a great journey though. Great journey for me. And then I came home and, you got to figure out how to be a grown man a little bit.
Okay.
So that's when I decided to go back into broadcasting. It was something that I did in Idaho, but I kind of got away from it. So but I knew I wanted to go into sports broadcasting journalism.
Okay.
So I just went back into it when I came home.
Is that how you started the sclive365.com?
Somewhat, yeah. It was kind of like milling, doing nothing, to be honest, like wasting my talents and not my life, but wasting my talents a little bit. And it just came to me. It was just like, the sports effect. I should do something like that. You know what I mean? It was just.
So how did you start? What was the process from saying, I want to do this, to now having, like I see you have a T-shirt, you have events. How did you go from just thinking it and it coming to fruition?
I think a lot of times we get to a certain point in our lives where you're looking for answers. And at that point, I was looking for answers. I had just got cut from the CBA. I knew I wasn't really going to go back and play overseas at the moment. I was just trying to find a way, and I started digging deep into my mind. I just started thinking a lot and trying to figure out.
Did you have mentors that helped you with the process of starting this? Or?
To be honest, no.
No mentors?
No. This was for real. I mean, it was. I was basically the type of person. My mom was an athlete. One of my uncles played in the NBA. It was pros or bust. You know what I mean?
Okay.
There was no
in between.
There was a plan B because I just knew I loved the sports. So I would do something with it, but it really wasn't. It was more like, this is what you're gonna do. Get it done. You know what I mean? And so from that, basically.
So if you had advice for a kid who's playing sports and say he has the same path that you have, what would you say to them as far as starting what you've done, like doing events, sponsoring, being on the radio, doing different publicity events and marketing your different events? What would you say to them? How would they start?
I would say in this era, because you gotta remember I was older, so it was more thinking, and then the internet started coming and all that. I would say find somebody locally who's doing what you're doing and doing it successfully, or wanting to do it, and then you can partner up with them a little bit, just to get some experience. The one thing I did, I went to a local TV station, and they helped me get back into it.
So you did like an externship or
I did
internship?
a personal internship.
So you just approached the TV station and asked to go and do an internship?
Yeah, I knew I wanted to get back, but I didn't know anybody. I didn't know one person, not one personally, who I could go and be like, hey man, how do I get into it? So I just decided, I saw something that said, hey, you can go to this program and you can learn a lot of stuff. So I just I had to relearn and learn some new stuff along the way. And once I started going along the way, I was like, well, what am I going to do with this? And I'm like, well, one of my friends, because I umpire, referee and stuff. So I was like, man, he was a co-host. I was like, let's just try to do this show. Let's just try the show.
And how did you do that? Who did you... Like, I know that when you came to do the volleyball tournament, you had a cameraman there. Yeah. It was taped. So how did you go about, you just reached out to people? How did that happen, where you came with your own camera crew to your event?
Well, I mean, after time, people respect the hustle.
Okay.
So you know how that goes. But I just, along the way, early in the journey at the place where I was getting my personal internship, I ran into a couple people, and we just started, they just started taking a liking to the show, and I just started working with a couple. I got a couple people early along the way, and once they saw what we was trying to do, we just immediately just stayed in contact and clicked and just kept working on different things. And to be honest, I still work with a lot of the people who I started with to the day, because a lot of them understand the hustle, the journey that we've been on. So.
And how long have you been on this journey?
This is like my 9th year, to be for real.
9th year.
Like.
And how do you market this? Because I know we're both about the same age. You're 40, right?
And Tamika, I'm not taking this mask off. This is Cowboys Forever, girl. Tamika, shout out to Tamika Jeter, one of the greats.
How old are you, Dion?
I'm 43 right now.
So you're 43, I'm 46. So we're not in the millennial generation. So you're more tech savvy than I am. But for someone who's coming out who wants to start a business, what marketing channels would you tell them, and how would you tell them to market their new business or venture that they're trying to get out there?
I would say, well, first of all, you can get a website for cheap to nothing, and that keeps you like, when somebody asks about something and you can hit them with a website, it's like authentication. You know what I mean? So that's first, you come up with the idea, then you get one or two people who will believe in that idea with you. And then I say you do a little bit of research, find somebody older than you if you're young, or if you're older, find somebody who's doing it successfully, and just gravitate towards them. Just ask them, just try to find, see what they did, how they did. There are organizations that will help you along the way. I mean, there's a few organizations that set up things like this for kids, and then
what organizations?
Well, I mean, we're not allowed to say them.
I mean, is it like a local organization,
yeah,
like
these
the
are all
SBA?
local. Yeah,
SBA,
well,
or something like that.
Any organizations that deal with television and radio.
Okay, so local TV and radio stations will work with you and help you.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is, it's not a lot of people in this field, but I'm starting to see more people gravitate. That's what I've seen in the years I've been doing it. Because of the media outpour, I think just everybody is a reporter now. I mean, let's be real.
Okay.
Like, at a game, you don't have to go to the website. You can look on social media, and somebody gonna give you the final score almost before the game is all the way over. You know what I mean? So, like, I think people have become, in sports, I think people are starting to understand
the power of social media.
The power of it, and I think that people see some people like Stephen A. Smith, you see guys that are popular doing their thing, so I think that's starting to help as well.
So I'm going to let you put your hat on, and I'm going to let you now interview me.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess this just took a spin, because I was getting interviewed. Now I'm back to what I do best, interviewing. All right, now we got Dr. Tanisha Richmond in the building. How are you doing today, Dr.
I am blessed and highly favored this lovely Saturday fall morning.
All right, we have the host as well. How you doing today?
I'm outstanding. How are you?
Good. That's right, girl. Yeah. Pick that mic up.
That is awesome. By the way, you want to say go Packs? Can you just say that for me?
Go. Oh, okay. Hold on. We're going to show that. We got Packers fan here. Here we go. So we got Packers fan.
Oh, you're playing my team today. Oh.
Y'all play Sunday.
Yeah, you play the Saints Sunday.
Oh,
Sunday.
So,
sorry to interrupt, but go Packs. Go ahead, please.
I don't know if they're still friends after this one. Now, Dr. Richmond, how's life been treating you since you got your business, Sam?
I'm awesome. I'm blessed. I started another business. I'm doing the custom face masks. I'm doing the T-shirts. I'm working. I'm busy. My practice is thriving. I just added a new device to my practice. It's ARP Neuro. It's a new way to treat nerve pain without